The Seattle Seahawks score on their first 7 offensive possession. They get a stellar effort by the special teams, and the defense comes up dominant once again.
It was just a great job by the special teams unit. JR, he coached them up well. And our guys went out there and made plays. Tory Horton, he came out here and balled out tonight. And congrats to
Pleased with our win. Really just proud of our process right now, the guys' attitude, our approach every day. I think the coolest thing about our group is we're not satisfied. It's we know we have room to grow as a football team. We talk about being decisive, shocking, relentless. I thought we were those things, but I also think, especially on defense, there's room for growth. Where we can learn from some of those extended drives. We'll look at the penalties to see what went wrong there, and if it was cost of doing business or if it was on the other end of the spectrum. But overall, just a great team effort, man. Guys played extremely hard, played together, complementary football. Our offense was efficient. Would have been great to not give up the ball there at the end. And defensively, we played hard. We did a great job, and really the story of the game today, honestly, is our special teams unit. I think Dave told me they're responsible for 30 points directly, and it's pretty high-powered stuff. So those guys deserve a lot of credit. Gave JR a game ball, and Tory Horton just a phenomenal game as well. D'Anthony Bell with the punt block, just great all around. So really proud of it. But now we got to go back to work. We got a game Thursday. We got a great plan to get our bodies right and our minds, and we got to move on quickly because the game's coming fast. So broken record here, but this is why we operate the way we operate. I think you felt the strength of the 70 today, and really proud of those guys. I mean, again, this is, you have to it's hard to stay ready when you're not in a prominent role, and these guys have done that. Darian Kendrick, again, with another phenomenal game. But D'Anthony's playing really fast right now. Ty played a solid game. So I'm proud of those guys, to come in and play winning football for us. We're going to take it day by day. I mean, of course, we want those guys to play. Spoon gave it a go this morning. Just couldn't quite get there, so that was the right decision. I know that's killing him, but the rest of the guys stepped in and played great football in his place. So
those first couple home games I played, I noticed I've never heard noise or fans make as much noise. Then we get into this year, I kind of noticed on the record, we're not playing too well at home. On the road, we're kicking butt. But we got to win games at home, and when you have a crowd and you have fans that show up like the 12s do, you got to go win at home, and you got to put emphasis on when you do get a home game, you go out there and you ball out and you feed them chaos. That much of a lead, I don't think so. So when we get those leads like that, pin your ears back and let's go hunt, man. Let's go get after the ball, get after the quarterback, and they get nothing. I think for this defense, we kind of heard the noise earlier in the week. I believe one of their coaches were excited about the challenge of having him and them thinking they were going to run the ball on us. So we took that personal. You gotta, man, listen, it's going to be tough to run the ball against us just because of how the mindset and the physicality that we play. And after that, honestly, it's just this. We're going to make it hard on you to run the ball on us, and if you do, good luck too. But there's always that feeling of you don't want to get relaxed, you don't want to get complacent, you want to keep keep your foot on the gas. And I was proud of how we were able to do that. Like Coach Mike was saying, defensively, we have such a high standard. Guys in that locker room, we're pissed off. We let up a few drives get extended. So we're excited about working through that and getting to Arizona. Fine. Not only I don't think it's himself, but the maturity aspect of it. And for the 2 weeks that I've been around him, 2-3 weeks, the guy's a different dude now. And I think it's credit to the guys in the locker room who's in his position, who's in his ear. And DK's a baller. DK's a bona fide ball hog. Put him in great positions, he's gonna go out there and make plays. So I'm proud of him. I'm truly proud of him. And then we come in, game plan's laid out for us. It's pretty simple. And after that, you just got to go out there and execute, but also you don't want to let your brothers down. So those guys are coming in with belief from us, and they just got to go out there and play.
Just offensively, 7 drives, and then you get 7 scores. Can you talk about how you guys had a fast start on offense?
Yeah, offense came out to play, especially in the pass game. Sam was out there throwing nines, and you know, it was a whole team effort. I'll say special teams, they did their thing today. You know, defense was out there doing their thing. But yeah, for sure, we can definitely keep growing, getting better in certain areas. You know, especially in the run game.
And then obviously, what about the run game today? That you know.
Oh yeah, that's on me. I definitely got to hold on the ball, especially knowing those situations, being able to hold on the ball, lock it in, and then be able to just secure and get some points on the board.
Get an interception?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me about that?
Staying disciplined and covered, you know, seeing the quarterback, you know, weigh somebody upfield, and then, you know, break on the ball and make a play.
Ernest Jones said he knew you in LA, and then he said that you're just a total different person in terms, he said part of that is the teammates in your room and also how you've matured. Can you talk about that?
Well, he was up there in LA with me for 2 years, so he's seen my transition from, you know, being a rookie, first coming in, you know, getting used to it. He seen me, you know, have my mess ups and stuff like that. So just he's seeing me taking that to the next level. So that's what he's talking about.
How about how you guys practice gets you ready for the games? Can you talk about that?
We treat practice just like a game. Tackling, you know, attacking the ball, communication, all that type of deal. Treat everything like a game. So when the game comes, it's easy.
And how have you been able to, you know, to adapt to this defense and fit in?
Yes, sir. Way I've been adapting to this defense, I'll say just put my head down and working, and then my teammates just being there, putting their hands around me, and then, you know, if I mess up, you know, that'll help me. So,
yeah, it was a tough Friday, Saturday for me. Woke up feeling good though today.
So no issues getting it?
No.
The coach said it wasn't quite like the Jordan 2 game.
Not quite, but the win makes me feel a lot better.
How fun this was that whole game? I mean, you guys getting the big lead early, and it's just kind of a celebration basically in the sense.
It was a fun game. Everybody flying around, special teams doing their thing, defense doing their thing, and, you know, offense coming alive. So it was a fun game all around, exciting game, and we're just gonna get ready for next week.
The efficiency of your offense, I'm sorry. Talk about the efficiency of your offense.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're gonna get more opportunities, you know, the more games that we play and show who we are. And, you know, that's just a little taste of, you know, we can execute, we can push the ball downfield, we can go up top, we can run the ball, we can do it all. So, yeah, I'm excited for, you know, what's next.
I just guess the second play of the game, Sam kind of evaded the pressure and got it to you there. Did you see him kind of escape that and know the ball's coming to you?
Yeah, I seen him escape back to the left, and you know, just get open for our quarterback. You know, those are big plays in the NFL, scramble drills. You know, so just coming alive, making sure that, you know, I'm there, you know, when I need to be.
Looked like you were gauging it not to go too early, but waiting for the ball and kind of baiting the defender. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, just testing. The ball's in the air for a little bit, so just thinking in my head, you know, whether I should attack it, whether I should lay hands in, and I picked the right one, I think.
That's all in a split second. You're making that decision in a split second.
Yeah, everything is fast. That's what I love about the position. You know, anything can happen, and it happens fast, and you gotta, you know, think on the move. So I'm pretty good at that. How hungry are you for Torrey? Man, I'm excited for Torrey, man. I'm excited for Torrey. You know, him coming out and, you know, making plays, you know, big plays that we need on special teams. At the receiver spot, I'm not gonna say that I told y'all, but we all know, you know, how special he is, and, you know, how much he can contribute to this team.
As someone who's returned punting, what makes him a good punt returner?
Just being able, first clean catch, protecting the ball, and then just analyzing the field, you know, making the first man miss. And if you make the first man miss, you usually got a big return.
Team's defense, the way they set the tone for this game, you know, and then it kind of led to us having really good field position all day, and I feel like we did a really good job of executing. Obviously, we'd like to come away with, you know, a few more touchdowns or a couple more touchdowns. You know, I thought we, you know, obviously settled for some field goals there, but overall, guys, I feel like, you know, that was a whole team game. Just the way, like I said, we got, you know, stayed on top of the field position all day, and just really proud of our guys. Proud of our offensive line, running backs, everyone for setting the tone. And Torrey Horton, man, coming to work today. It was awesome to see him, get that punt return, and get a touchdown and doing his thing in the pass game. Preparation, like you said, that we put in throughout the week. That's how you want to start the game. You go through your openers and you go through certain things that you want to do against their defense. And, sometimes, especially early in the season, you're not necessarily sure exactly what you're going to get from their defense. And, I feel like our guys did a really good job of executing, no matter what the circumstances were, even if it was a different look than what we practiced. I thought, just execution was at a high level. A little bit on that first drive with the penalty. We'd like to convert that third down, but just got to continue to, be really good in practice. I think that's where it starts is practice, executing, and talking about it. If certain things, don't necessarily work in practice, or we need better timing, continue to work on that, and even throw certain routes after practice if we need to. But that's where it starts. It starts with the work that we put in throughout the week, and if that continues to translate to on-field success, we're gonna. I mean, it just speeds up the process entirely. Tomorrow I haven't looked at the schedule, but I'm sure we're gonna be meeting quite a bit, and maybe have like a walkthrough or something like that. But yeah, it just speeds up our process. Like tomorrow's a Wednesday, a normal Wednesday, and then you got Thursday, Friday, and then all of a sudden, you have the Friday and Saturday as one day on Wednesday, and you look and you're playing on Thursday, which is now our Sunday. So everything is just, it's just so condensed, the time. And so, for us, we got to be ready. We got to have our bodies right, our minds right, ready to go by Thursday. And we know we'll have a really good game plan by the time, Wednesday night comes around.
The core guys, the whole other team, the corners, they did a great job when I played. That's something we repped, and they went out there and put they're all 10 toes down on that play, and just made the best of it. So I celebrated that punt return with those guys, because it wouldn't have got started without them. It's crazy. It's actually funny. I came to the sideline talking to Bobo, and I was like, man, I'm still gassed from that punt return. And then I looked on the little iPad, and I'm like, I'm not fired. He said, yeah, it was. And I was like, no wonder I'm so tired. I was like, I just ran the whole field. He was like, man, he said, go get you another one. So, but that just goes to show, you're not, you dialed in, and you're just trying to make the best out of opportunities. Just stacking one block at a time. And for me, I didn't know that was the longest punt return. I didn't know how far that was. I was just so amped about the blocks that those guys made, and how that opened up for me.
All right, so there you go. You saw the B-roll, and you saw some inside the locker room interviews, exclusive interviews, I should say. But really, what this game showed was the Seahawks' depth and talent. The defense was dominant. You get 8 quarterback hits, and Byron Murphy gets a sack. Leonard Williams and Ty Okada gets half a sack, and remember, he was filling in for Julian Love, who did not play this game, and also Josh Jobe was filling in for the second game in a row for Devon Witherspoon, and George Holani fills in for Zach Charbonnet, who did not play. Now, although Ken Walker, 14 carries, 38 yards, wasn't the best of days individually, but as a team, Walker scores the rushing touchdown, and as I said, they were efficient. And you have to give credit to Sam Darnold just in the way that he handled this offense, and that he was a leader in terms of guiding the offense there. He got Jackson Smith-Njigba involved in the game. He gets a touchdown pass to Torrey Horton, and this is the Sam Darnold that you wanted. This is the Sam Donaldson that you were hoping to get when you picked him up. And then just in terms of the overall defensive play, they continue to put pressure on the Saints, Spencer Rattler, and I thought, again, the special teams were special. These are all things of a team that's playing as one. McDonald likes to call it 12 as one, but you're now beginning to see just how this team is built and which way they're going. They're trying to build a 70-man roster with a talented team. To a man, they said, you know what? The way we practice competitively, and that way when we get to the games, we're in the right place and we know what to do. The Seahawks have to turn their sights now to Thursday's game with Arizona Cardinals, who lost to the San Francisco 49ers today, 16-15. The Niners are now, they're undefeated at 3-0, and which means, and the Rams, they lost today, so which means the Seahawks have to beat the Cardinals to keep pace with the Niners at the very least, because remember, the Niners did beat the Seahawks here. So quick turnaround for the Seahawks. We'll see. And you've got to imagine that some of those players that sat out, Julian Love, Devon Witherspoon, and also Zach Charbonnet, should be available for Thursday's very important division game from Lumen Field in Seattle. I'm Masvidal Maria for the CascadiaSports.net report. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.